This is talent right here.
Let's see if he uses the bumper.
That's what you call a racer. Every driver chases their childhood dreams to compete at the highest level. No! To race for glory. I want to drive the Ram truck for these guys. Now, after 14 years of silence, Ram is roaring back into NASCAR.
I've been down to the devil's door. I'm the one he's waiting for.
Go get that money, boy! In a groundbreaking competition, 15 of the most talented, young, and hungry race car drivers from all across the country will train and compete in a variety of vehicles. Come on! For a chance to drive for Ram.
This is all I've ever wanted to do since I was a kid.
They will race to fill one open seat.
There's no friends on the racetrack.
Oh, we're gonna spin.
If you want to make friends, go to summer camp.
And chase their dream of driving in NASCAR.
Here we go, 3 wide, 3 wide.
This is everything. It's do or die.
They come from different racing backgrounds, but all have the same goal. Oh, they're landing each other! To win a grueling competition that tests them as drivers in every way possible, both on the track.
It is unacceptable to not win.
And off.
I don't want to cry.
In the end, one driver will win a coveted seat racing in the 2026 NASCAR Truck Series and kick off the season at Daytona for Kaulig Racing and Ram.
Underneath the thunder with the lightning cracks, I ain't slowing down, ain't looking back.
It's time to prove they have what it takes.
Hang on, banging doors, baby.
It's time for the best to rise to the top. Yeah! It's time for Ram.
Oh!
Race for the seat.
Heat on my heels, watch me go.
That's right. We've been invited to Ram's Race for the Seat for the 2026 Truck Series season. Here we are for our first event at Langley in the Legends. We are looking right now at Chase Burrow in the 14 for this first race. This is Group M. We have Carson Ferguson in the 25. Trevor Ward in the 10 car, as well as we have, looks like the 16 of Casey Kelly, and should be the number 12 of Ryan Gimmel. And that is going to be your lineup for the M group, as they are going to line up here. We had the 10 of Ward on pole with the 16 of Kelly on the outside. Only 15 laps here for this short race. As you saw the text message at the end of the last video, Chris Rice invited us to the show last minute. We were the last driver added to this lineup, so thrown in last minute as the pace car is going to pull off for the first of 3 races for points. As they are going to fire off here, and Trevor Ward is going to keep the lead. Casey Kelly stuck on the outside. Actually, it looks like he's already lost second place to the 14 of Chase Burrow, maybe losing third to Carson Ferguson, the 25, as well as, actually, he's going to go all the way to the back as the 12 of Gimmel's trying to fight to his inside. It looks like Gimmel's going to get the position here as Ward tries to hold off the number 14 of Burrow. Ferguson in the wings behind. Then you have the 2 in the back fighting Gimmel and Kelly, although it looks like Gimmel is quite clear of Kelly now. Ferguson looking to the inside of the 14 of Burrow, not going to be able to make it happen. Burrow's going to slam the door as we go back to the fight for 4th. Casey Kelly's going to get to the inside of the 12 of Ferguson. Actually is going, or sorry, not Ferguson, the 12 of Gimmel. And now he's going to look to the inside of the 25 of Ferguson. I'm not sure, but as Trevor Ward is just gone, you can see the gap that he's built up now. You have the 2 behind in, I believe that's Burrow and Ferguson. So, kind of seeing Ward just pull away No one really fast enough to catch up to him here. Burrow and Ferguson fighting. You see Kelly kind of getting to the back end of that fight. Gimmel right behind him. So these four are pretty close on pace, but Ward just seems to be way faster than these guys. I'm not entirely sure why, but you know, Ward is just continuing to pull away. As a few laps later, the same thing, Ward way ahead, Burrow, Ferguson, Kelly, and Ryan Gimmel's fallen off the back of this pack, but Kelly looks faster than the 25 of Ferguson. You see him looking maybe to go around that 25 car. He's actually going to go to the high side. I think that's going to cost him because these cars were not able to handle on the high side so far with these guys driving. He's going to look around the outside of Ferguson, doesn't get the entry he needs. Ryan Gimmel once again is going to get to the inside of the 16, and he actually looks like he's going to clear him going into turn 3. So Casey Kelly once again has gone back to last place. Trevor Ward way ahead. Chase Burrow now has a gap to 3rd place. So Trevor Ward right now, I think in the closing stages of this race, it just hasn't really had any competition. Chase Burrow, I think, definitely should be 2nd here. Carson Ferguson, I don't think is 3rd fastest. I think Casey Kelly should be higher up there. I mean, obviously, we saw he qualified 2nd, but the 12 of Ryan Gimmel's gotten around him twice already in this race. We'll see if Casey Kelly can come back at all, as Gimmel's going to stay in 4th there. Carson Ferguson once again in the 25 P3. As you can see the gap to the 2 cars ahead, that's Trevor Ward just exiting your screen, and here is Chase Burrow in the 14. About 10 car lengths between the two, at least. It's a massive gap so far. As Trevor Ward really has dominated this race so far. Haven't really seen anything out of him. And that actually is going to be the race, so Trevor Ward is going to be your Race M winner. And he is going to take home the 10 points and will fight in the finale later on. Chase Burrow 2nd, Ferguson 3rd, Ryan Gimmel 4th, and the 5th place finisher of Casey Kelly. And here we find ourselves in Group A in the number 16 Legend car. Obviously, we just saw that car finish last in the last race, but I think that car is a lot quicker than... I think it finished in a worse position than it should have, because it definitely was at least a 3rd, 2nd place car. Just got stuck at the start on the outside, so just trying to get some laps in practice. Not really a fan of the Legend car. I get really loose a lot of the time. I just struggle to get going, and mid-corner for me, just the rear steps out, or the front. You can hear the tires, you can see the wheel. The front bites more than I want, and the rears don't bite at all, so it's almost like driving a go-kart if the go-kart was much heavier and hit a lot harder. So just trying to learn the car and the track in the 5 minutes that I had 5 minutes for practice and 5 minutes for qualifying, as all of the races do, and just doing what I can right now to kind of just survive. These are all clips between practice and qualifying, I believe. So overall, just trying to get some laps in, trying to put a good time down, and try and start up front here, because we need some points if we want to get this truck series opportunity. So here we are, ended up on the pole for our heat race. Obviously the winner of this will go fight in the top 3 for the truck spot at IRP. Right now we already know that Trevor Ward is going to fight for the seat, for that one-off seat in the 25.
The starter has control. Maintain the
So we'll see what we can do here coming to the start of the race. The green flag is about to fly.
Green, green, green.
And we are going to go picture in picture here, just to kind of show you what it's going to look like. We get off the line pretty good. The 25, same thing we saw with the 16 in the last race, kind of struggles. Landon Huffman in the 12 falls all the way to last from P4. Someone we didn't expect to struggle as much on these short tracks. 25 somewhat fighting back on the outside right now. He's definitely doing better than we saw Casey Kelly do, although he is still going to fall all the way back. The 10 of of Jonathan Cash goes all the way up to 2nd. The 14 of Michael Christopher Jr. right now in 3rd. the 25 of Jared Fryer and the 12 of Landon Huffman fighting for 4th place right now. So right now Huffman's going to get a massive run on the 14 here. He's going to look to the bottom and try to file into 3rd. He's starting to make a run for it, so we'll see if he's able to do anything in the later stages of this race. But right now they're stuck too wide. Looks like Huffman's going to get clear here in turns 1 and 2. And Huffman's actually a few laps later going to dive to the bottom of the 10. I don't know why the 10 was so high up on the track. But as you can see on my in-car and on the TV screen, there's a massive gap right now between me and the 12 of Huffman. So really right now I'm just trying to manage that gap, manage the tires. Just right now I'm just trying to keep the car clean because I gained so much time from them fighting. I don't think I'm the fastest car by all means, but we'll have to see here. As we go back to my in-car, you see the TV cam on the bottom left. We have 5 laps left in the race. Landon Huffman's already to our back bumper now. So as you can see, a little bit of pressure getting put on us as he continues to close on corner entry. We do pull away on exit, but I feel like he's a little bit stronger because he's not sliding up like we are. 4 to go now as he's still right on us. Kind of looking in my mirror a little bit, making some more mistakes. You know, some of these I can't afford. Coming to 3 to go, you can really see the front of that Legend car in the rearview mirror on the top of your screen. You can see the closing rate on the bottom. I'm going to try the high side and cut down just to play around with ideas if I need to defend against the 12. It seems to work. I'm going to go back to the bottom here just to kind of block him off. I'm going to slide up in the corner. Struggle a little bit. He's actually going to get lower. He might go for a dive here, but we're going to cut him off with 2 to go. But we are going to miss the corner, and it's going to force him to our inside. And we might end up side by side here coming to the final lap. We're going to clear him into 3, but he's going to get back under us here in 3 and 4. And at this point, I'm thinking I just got to send it into the corner, so I'm going to ship it all the way into turn 1. Try and clear the 12, cut down on his bumper. He's not going to have the drive off that we do, and I'm going to do the same thing here and ship it off into 3 and 4. Hold it on the bottom, try not to spin. And we are also going to win our race, and we're going to fight for the 25 at IRP. Obviously, if we win the seat, we will, well, whoever finishes second will get that seat. As we go into race R, here we look at Tanner Reif in the 25. We see Austin Beers in the 12 car. Minnie Tyrell in the 14. He's expected to be fast. We saw him in the car store. We see Cody Kelly in the 16, as well as Carson Brown in the 10. So this is race number R. This is going to be the last points-paying race of the day. Obviously not our last race, as we still have the final 3 at night here at Langley. Minnie Tyrell on the pole here with Tanner Reif on the outside. We'll see what they can do. Obviously, we've seen the pole sitter get away in the 2 races before, so we'll see if Minnie can get away here. As they are going to go green, Minnie Tyrell is going to start to pull away. Tanner Reif actually gets the best start we've seen on the outside, but just misses corner entry, and you can already see him bleeding spots. The 12 is under and clear, the 10 already under the 25. As Minnie Tyrell actually might have a little bit of competition here with the 12 right behind him. The 10 actually almost gets to the bumper of the 12, forces the 10 up high. The 16 is going to move to the bottom. That's Cody Kelly. We've seen the 16 finish last and first, so if we're going off of averages, we're expecting Cody Kelly to finish about 3rd. Try and outpoint his twin brother in this competition. This is the 25 of Tanner Reif gets back around the 10 of Carson Brown. Carson Brown really struggling at the start of this race, it looks like. The 12 of Beers still trying to chase down the 14 of Tyrell, but I feel like the 14 is just that much faster right now. He's got a little bit more power, I think, in that car. It definitely looks a bit faster right now. We'll see later on in this competition if it's the driver or the car. I feel like pole position pays off a lot in these races with how short they are. Austin Beers, like I said, up into second, but the 16 of Cody Kelly still on his bumper. Then you see the 25 and the 10 fighting further behind. What we're starting to see is the leader pull away, and then it looks like these two are going to battle. Actually, the 10's going to get back to the the bumper of the 25 here. We'll see if that happens, or if that turns into anything here. Is the 10 once again just going to get all the way to the bumper of the 25. 25 actually might slide up a little bit. The 10's going to ship it to his inside. That is the 10 of Carson Brown to the inside of Tanner Reif here. As he's actually going to clear Tanner off of turn 2. So Carson Brown moves up to P4 in race R, and Tanner Reif falls back down to P5. But like I was saying, we're starting to see a point where the leader pulls away. We're seeing a 2-car battle for second and a 2-car battle for fourth. But right now it's all Mini Tyrell, as he's just miles ahead of the entire field. He has more of a gap, I think, than I did in my race when all 4 cars were battling. So just goes to show how much faster that 14 is with Mini Tyrell in it right now. Still this 2-car battle, but Austin Beers has pulled away a little bit, as well as Carson Brown pulling away a little bit from Tanner Reif. I think a lot of these positions are going to be set near the end of this race now. As once again we look at Mini Tyrell off of turn 2 a few laps later, just pulling away. You can see how much of a gap he does have as he comes to the line. And once again, he's going to look in turn 2. Going to drive off onto the backstretch. You can see the drive that the 14 has. Austin Beers, the 16 of Cody Kelly, the 10 of Carson Brown. As Mini Tyrell comes off of turn 4 and is going to win race R, and he is going to be in the race for the 25 truck at IRP. And obviously here we are now, random draw for spots to decide the lineup position. Mini Tyrell finds himself on pole. Trevor Ward finds himself on the outside, and obviously I find myself in P3 last. So
About to go green. Stay focused.
we'll have to see what we can do here in 25 laps here, 10 more laps than the heat races,
The pace car is in.
as we're going to get going here.
Green, green, green.
Once again, we're going to go to picture in picture and just see what we're able to do. Is we're going to get to the inside of Trevor Ward really early here, already to the back of the 14 of Mini Tyrell. Not the first time we've seen the back of Tyrell in this career mode. We saw it in at least 2 of the races in the Cars Tour or late model races last year. So we're going to dive it to the inside of Tyrell, actually go a little bit deep into 1. He gives us the room, thankfully, where that's actually going to cost him P1 and P2. He's going to fall all the way to last, as Trevor Ward is going to dime it to the inside of Mini. As Trevor Ward now looks to take the truck seat at IRP. Obviously, if he wins the full-time truck seat, the part-time truck seat will become void. So even if he wins and I finish second, it won't matter. So really, it's all about winning this race. If you don't win this race, there's not an opportunity that you end up in that 25 truck.
Inside.
As Trevor Ward's going to get to my inside, I'm just stuck on the top here. Kept trying to make it work on the outside, and it just wasn't working for me. As Ward's actually going to get clear, I get really loose here. We're actually going to make contact with the 14. Thankfully, we both keep it going straight, but a lot of contact with the 14 of Mini Tyrell. Luckily, neither of us have wheel damage. As now I'm on the outside of Mini. I'm going to clear all the way to the bottom here, just trying to chase back down the 25 of Trevor Ward here, as we eventually do get to him a few laps later. You see me actually almost give him the bumper there a little bit, trying to get to his inside. Got a crazy closing rate, forces me to miss the corner. I just missed my brake marker, or my turn-in point, because of it. But I get a massive runoff on the 25. He's gonna I thought he's gonna block me there, so I checked up, and now I'm just trying to figure out when to make that move. You see me give him a little bump there, just to show him that I'm maybe not the happiest person right now. So we're actually gonna drive to the outside. He's gonna do the same thing we saw Max Reeves do in the Martinsville race last episode, where he just drives to the bottom to try and block that inside line, and just gives up so much speed on the exit of the corner. As once again, I'm just going to get stuck on the outside, trying to make that outside work. Sometimes it was able to work, sometimes I was getting too tight or too loose, and was having to kind of work the wheel a little bit, and was really bleeding some speed. As Ward and I stay side by side, it's actually bringing Mini Tyrell back a little bit. We'll have to see if he gets a run at it here near the end of this race. As Ward actually gets clear, but once again tries to just hold the bottom line. Probably smart. I mean, we saw the crossover that I did on Vicente in the Snowflake 125, so I guess Ward has done his homework, but it doesn't matter because we're still going to try and drive around the outside. Not able to make it happen. We're going to set up the backstretch here, see if we can get a really big run. As we're actually going to have to really avoid the 25 here. He checks up way earlier than we thought. We're actually going to have to check all the way down to the bottom. We're going to cross him over, almost get turned, really get loose. It's going to unsettle the car like crazy. We're going to get stuck on the outside again. You can hear the tires squealing. Once again, just getting really loose on exit of the corner as we try to win this 25 seat in Indianapolis. Trevor Ward to the bottom once again, just trying to make this outside work for me. You know, I wasn't really getting as loose on the outside, but it was slower. As Trevor Ward actually is going to send it to the inside, I'm going to give him the room. Maybe a little bit of a stupid mistake by me, as Ward's going to get a good run into turn 3. He's going to send it up the inside a little harder than I expected. I'm going to slide way up, try and slide all the way back down the track and set up the backstretch once again, as we're still chasing the 25 of Trevor Ward. Looking around on the outside, not able to make anything happen yet. All the way to that third or fourth lane maybe. And once again, just driving as hard as I can to the bottom. Actually trying to look to his outside, still not able to make it work. We're going to cut all the way back down. We'll see if we can make anything happen here. We drive once again to the outside to that third lane. Try and dive it back to the bottom. No, we're going to go to the high side. I think we might be nearing the end of the race here, as we once again drive to the outside of the 25, just trying to keep the car in one piece. We are way ahead of that 25 right now, but right now just trying to survive. You can see the car getting a little bit squiggly off the corner. As you go here, you can really see how much I'm struggling for grip. Right there on exit, as Ward's going to get a massive run off of turn 2 just because of that struggle that I'm having. And eventually I'm actually going to get loose, and I think it's going to cost me the race.
The next car's the leader.
But not yet. We're just still going to drive to his outside, just struggling.
Still there at the bottom.
You know, I thought we were going to lose a lot more time there with such little laps to go.
Still inside.
Still just having to fight the 25 of Ward.
You've got 2 laps to go.
With 2 to go here, you know, we are faster than Ward if we can keep the car in one piece. Gonna give the bumper to Ward, trying to move him out of the way here. Actually gonna stay way in the gas, trying to move Ward. Maybe even wreck him there for that seat. We're gonna get to the outside. He's actually gonna turn up and hit us a little bit. I'm gonna have to send it to the outside. Obviously, we've had limited success on this outside. You can see how loose I'm getting, just trying to drive it in. Trying to be aggressive. We're going to send it as hard as we can to the outside. Just try and get the power down. Actually, we're going to get a little bit loose here, and it's going to cost us the race, and Trevor Ward is going to race the 25 truck in Indianapolis, assuming he doesn't get the 14 truck full time. So Trevor Ward, obviously he'll be tied for the points lead, but he's going to drive the number 25 at IRP. And here you see the Ram race for the seat point standings. Mini Tyrell, myself, and Trevor Ward all in first with 10 points. Then Beers, Huffman, Burrow, Kelly, Fryer, Ferguson, Brown, Christopher Jr., and Gimmel. Overall, really good looking points for us right now. We're heading into the next race at VIR in the late models, so we're going to see who is the best road course driver. And until then, I'll see you next time.